we doing out there? YTPC, YouTube Pipe Community. I am doing good. Where I am at this point. Today it is morning. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever or wherever it is that you are watching this video. My name is Johnny P. I am out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, for those of you that are interested. But today I wanted to go ahead and make a video um, entitled How to Respect a Quality Made Tobacco Pipe. And I am of the belief that truly respect and understand something, you must have tried everything you can to learn about that particular thing that you are trying to respect before you can truly respect it. You can't say that you like something if you never tried it, right? Um, you can't say you've done something if you've never done it. Um, so you have to try it, do it, go through it in order to come out on the backside and say, you know what? I know a little bit, and it has taught me some lessons, and I respect and understand that situation a little better on the backside of that. Um, a lot of us will call that the school of hard knocks, having to go through something in order to learn something. And so, in the beginning of my pipe journey, my pipe tobacco journey, I seen, of course, the cheap basket pipes, and you see the cheap price. Um, you can go on places like Amazon and see a ton for as cheap as $3, $6. And in the beginning, you may not understand what's the difference between a pipe that is $6, such as a Missouri Meerschaum, um, very cheap pipe, but is almost a staple when it comes to this pipe smoker here in the United States and some abroad, I'm sure, as it is a tradition in the United States. But very cheap pipe works very effectively. I have learned to become very fond of a corn cob from Missouri Meerschaum. But then you go all the way to your factory pipes, your Savinellis. Yeah, Savinelli. To a Peterson. I myself have Irish uh, in my genealogy, and so felt it very necessary to own a Peterson pipe made in Ireland, Dublin, Dublin, Ireland. But factory pipes, and then you go on to your artisan pipes and your more expensive pipes, your Dunhill pipes, your Nording pipes. There's so many brands out there. So you can go from a pipe that costs $3 to $10 to a pipe that costs thousands of dollars. And as a new pipe smoker, you look at that $1,000 pipe and think, good God, why do I need that? Lord. And you may not understand what it takes to make a pipe like that and truly appreciate a pipe of that caliber versus the corncob pipe, which is very cheap. And I do quite enjoy them. Part of that enjoyment is knowing that you got it for a good price, right? But set out thinking that if I'm truly going to respect a quality made pipe, I need to know what it takes or experience what it might take to build and create a pipe out of nothing. And so I went in and did some research, found out, watched a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of interesting videos, sit there and watch for quite some time, just pack a bowl and enjoy. Um, Went into researching what they're made of, how they're made, briar pipes. There's other woods that can be used, pear wood. I've even heard they use apple wood. Some use mahogany, other woods. There's some woods you cannot use because they are toxic if smoked through, such as zebra wood, they said. But the most popular, as I found out through my research, is that briar wood. Briar is the wood of choice. And interesting that it comes from the roots of a bush um, in out some island. I can't remember now. It escapes me. But they say there are a number of different styles of briar, but the most sought after one comes out of one area, which escapes me right now. Either way, um, so briar and other woods can be used. Uh, I looked on Amazon as I was doing my research and found out that you could buy a hobbyist pipe that's not quite complete in its construction, allowing you, the hobbyist, to have a little fun, to experience what it might be like to make a pipe. And those look something like this. So it is a pipe that has been constructed to a point, leaving you room to make your cuts and expose the pipe, and then do some sanding, some filing, uh, some dyeing, some painting, whatever it is you want in the end to create a pipe. And then you can buy a pre-made stem, straight or bent stem, relatively cheap. I think it's like $10, and you get 3 of them. Of course, they're made in China, but it at least gives you an idea of what it's like to make a pipe. And when you get done, and you stand there and look at yours compared to that quality made pipe, now you start to see the differences in the finish, the fit, and the finish. All the different finishes, the smooth finishes, the rusticated finishes. How did they do that? Right? On that rusticated. And you find out you have to have a sandblaster, different tools. Now, I myself, being a hobbyist, I work with leather, I work with wood, um, different styles of materials. Uh, so I have a decent amount of tools in my garage. However, I don't have a lathe. And a lathe seems to be one of the essential tools in which to build a pipe. And I do not have one. And it also becomes essential in building a stem. Now, all these things can be done without a lathe. It just becomes very work intensive, very frustrating, longer, takes long time to do certain things without the proper tooling. It can be done, it's just harder, more frustrating, a little more elbow grease. So I used the tools that I did have and cut, and you can use a handsaw. I have a bandsaw myself, and I used it along with sanding and other things. It just so happens, since I work with leather, I happen to have the dyes that they use predominantly in the industry, which is Freibing's leather dye. So I was like, yes, I have that. That's awesome. So I didn't have to worry about that portion. But in this journey, as I'm cutting and sanding on this block of wood in the hopes of making a tobacco pipe, I started to gain an appreciation for what these artisans, for what these craftsmen, even at your factory places such as Savinelli and Peterson, what they go through, what they do, the intricacies of their work, and uh, when they go from nothing but a blank piece of briar to a quality made piece of art in some aspects, almost to the point to where it looks so pretty you don't want to smoke it, such as my Nording. Um, yeah, this guy right here. This is a pipe by Nording out of Denmark. My wife bought me this one, and it had supposed to be hand painted. I'm going to take their word for it, but has a nice woodland scene with a couple deer on it. Fits very well in the hand. I do like the stem, acrylic stem, with a little bit of shimmer in it. You can see that. Um, but yeah, so you learn to appreciate the workings and the intricacies and the fit and the finish of the craftsmanship of the fine tobacco pipe builder, maker. And they make it look really easy, don't they? When you get into it, you realize, well, maybe in the beginning, maybe you think, oh, that's easy. I could do that. Um, and then when you start doing it, you start realizing um, it's not so easy. At least when you get done with that end product and you look at it compared to a quality made pipe, you think, yeah, mine not so good. Or maybe you should be proud of your own work. But when you set it up next to that finely crafted pipe, yeah, like this one here. I made this one here. This, of course, is a bought stem from Amazon, so I did not make this stem. But the bowl and the pipe here, I made that from one of those unfinished bowls. Got a bar of carnauba wax, a buffer, and right here, little buffer like this. Goes on. It can go on your drill. It can go on your drill press, which is where I put mine, and put some of that carnauba wax on there, and go to buffing away. Give her a decent little shine. Um, it's not, that hard. However, during the process, during the journey of taking a blank piece of wood or a crafted piece of wood and getting to that end process and looking at it, thinking, wow, I have a newfound respect for the finely crafted pipe. And then lastly, I thought, I don't want to buy an acrylic stem. I want to make one. And so I set out to find and actually found a place right here in Dallas, Texas, where they sell these acrylic unfinished blocks. They mainly use them for pens. However, I set out to use it to make a stem. And they look like this. So they're just a block of acrylic. This one here was $4.50. Um, they're square mainly, but some of them come already round, ready to go for you. I looked at this one and thought this one would make a nice stem. Um, this one was also $4.50. I got a white one, which has a little bit of shimmer in it. You can see that. It was also $4.50. And then one that I'm really excited to make for my corn cob is this one here. Yes, sir. That one there, I am excited to make a stem. Uh, got them stars and blue there to go onto. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it on my country gentleman. This guy right here. Um, and make a new stem for it. Now, stems, I would say, building your pipe is the easy part for me. Doing a stem is the hardest part. It's the most intricate part. It's a part that if you don't watch, you can screw up on it real quick. I know. I've done it. Um, Such as this piece right here I worked on. It was square, and I got it round. If you don't watch it, you can off drill your hole uh, real easy. And so I kind of scrapped this piece. Didn't work out right. Um, but a small piece of it did work out. And like I said earlier, I was able to take this and I made a small tip for my corn cob, making it kind of like a nose warmer. Brought it in a little shorter, and I quite like it. Um, so you can see that there. It turned out I like it. It's not perfect, but it works real well. I like it a lot. Um, like I said, gonna take that stars and make another one for my other one. Now, how did I do that? Well, on Amazon they have this small little hobbyist lathe, mainly for turning pin blanks and really small stuff. It was $45, and I thought, well, shoot, you can spend $1,000 on a decent lathe, and that's not even quality. That's just a decent lathe. But this little hobbyist lathe was $45, and I said, I can roll the dice on that, see what happens, and I did. Now I don't have it here to show you, but you can look it up on Amazon. Just look up mini lathe, an MINI mini lathe, and you'll see examples of that. And you get start practice. I practiced out on some wood first until I figured out how to use the chisels and how hard to press and all that good stuff. But you can turn, the tenon or whatever they call it now to go in the pipe and get that to the right size and then start to go out. So one that I would actually think I was decently successful was this pipe. I also made this one. I busted it here. So you can see I put that brass ring on it with some super glue because I actually busted the wood. I hadn't judged my size here really well. And as I forced it in, it cracked my wood. Very disappointed. I thought I was going to have to scrap this pipe. But I had this brass ring from, as I'm a mechanic by trade, I had this brass ring from a coupler, and it just fit decently perfect. A little bit of super glue, put it on there, boom, it covered up the crack, and it worked. So I was able to save this pipe. And I made this stem right here for it. Really hard to tell. Basically out of black. And it fits perfect. I like it. Now the getting this area flat right here, that's fun. And maybe I'll go through a little novice garage session if y'all would like, and show you how that happens. I don't, if you want. But the tip, the button as they call it, is a harder spot to get out. But it turned out it's not as thin as I would have liked it, but I was afraid to go any thinner because I thought that I might file or get into my draw hole. So I left it like that, and it works. It clinches just fine. I like it. But through this journey, it has helped me to appreciate a fine crafted pipe. So I can set my homemade pipes next to what, I've ventured out and bought myself, a nice Savinelli. This is the Alligator series right here, Brandy. It's the 677 KS, I believe. I'd rather enjoy this pipe, but I can set my little homemade next to it, and they're both functional. But you realize that the fit and finish and the craftsmanship that is put into even the stem right there, it's got the little alligator on it. I don't know if y'all can see that, but fit and finish and everything, and the button on the stem, the way the stem fits so seamlessly here, it really helps you to truly admire and respect and almost be jealous of those that are able to do things such as this. So that is my way, y'all. Some of you may immediately look and are able to respect and admire a finely crafted pipe. And some of you, it may take a journey such as what I've done to truly respect and understand a quality made pipe. And for those to be interested, I am enjoying a blend from the Esoterica line, Tilbury. I do enjoy it. It was hyped up in the beginning to me through many different areas, and I had to see what the hype was about. And the Esoterica blends are truly very good. I do enjoy it a lot. But in the interest of not keeping this video too long, because I know people's attention spans are not that long nowadays, I think you get the picture. In order to properly admire a pipe that has been finely crafted and understand the price tag behind it, it is, in my opinion, you need to set out on that journey and try to make your own. Then and only then, in my opinion, can you truly respect a finely made crafted pipe. That's my little thing to hear today, y'all. I hope you enjoyed a little bit about this. And until next time, take care of yourselves, y'all. We'll see you.